Hello there. So I got a request from the little video that I done kind of showing off this design the other day to do a tutorial for this build. So I've actually kind of modified it a little bit since then, but I figured I'd go ahead and kind of show you the layout and design of this, what I'm calling the war turtle ship. As it looks sort of like a little sea turtle or something. So give you guys a little kind of look around here for this design. So pretty decent ship. It's a big, slow, kind of loaded up ship. So it's not exactly a fast cruiser, but it's got max crew of 10, over 7,000 cargo, 16 light year jump range still. Mobility is pretty crap at 38, but still a top speed of 130. So not too bad. And of course you can tweak it, for whatever you like, and you could probably get, more cargo or further jump range or better mobility, depending on how you want to modify it. But I just figured I'd show you kind of my design philosophy and, kind of layer by layer how this is built, so you can build your own if you want, or, you can just, take some principles from whatever you see here and apply that to your own designs. So we'll go ahead and go, layer by layer. So take off the top layer real quick, and here we go. So top layer, we do have a mess hall and a living quarters. So this is kind of optional. This is the only ladder in this whole build, is the ladder that takes you up to this mess hall. You could design this differently if you want, and have no ladders at all. If you don't put any structures on this top floor, you could have like just all cargo on this top deck, or you could expand it even more and have more habs up here if you don't mind having a ladder or maybe another ladder even. So this is just an option. This is how I set it up with these two here. And of course with the extra space, you could put another like single module hab here, but I put the cargo hold. I got my fuel tanks here, and then I've got my reactor and my grav drive with my big central engine behind that. So that's kind of this whole deck right here. Kind of works for like roleplay purposes and like have room for your crew and everything too. So it's kind of a nice addition. I like this part of the design here. So go ahead and go down one more deck then. All right, so from here, this is going to be like our top deck, or I guess our middle deck in this case. But it'll be connected to our bridge, which is nice because that will connect us to our bottom deck through stairs, so we don't have any other ladders anywhere else in here. And with the design of this, there's no mazes. Everything kind of connects logically. So if you're in the back of the ship, you can easily run to the front of the ship. If you're on the left side, you can easily run to the right side, all in a sort of logical layout. So we'll just kind of look from the front here. So going from the front, if you come in from the bridge, you'll go into the battle stations hab here. From here, if you go left, you'll go into the science lab. From there, you'll go into a companionway, which will connect you to a storeroom. Otherwise, you can go straight into the brig, and then the brig will connect straight to the starboard docking bay. So that's kind of this whole starboard side of the ship. So we'll go back here to the battle stations. Now if we want to go port side, we can go straight into the computer core from here, kind of go to the back and over to the right here, and we'll get into the armory. The armory will take us into another companionway, which will take us into the living quarters here. From the living quarters, we can get into our workshop, and we got a few like windows around there too, so you can kind of look out from that area. But otherwise, again, all pretty logically laid out. If you wanted to, you could put like a larger hab here that would connect this, more directly without the companionway. It depends on which manufacturer habs you're going with, as they have different sort of layouts for different sizes that are available. So, you can mix and match if you want to, of course. I just like to stick with one manufacturer design for my habs typically. But again, everything kind of, you know, connects logically and straightforward, so there's no, you know, mazes or anything like that. With the leftover space on this deck, you know, I have a couple cargo holds, some more fuel tanks, the rest of the space taken up by the reactor and the grav drive, since they're the double-decker design. And of course we have the rest of our engines are exposed from this deck, as well as our braking engines, mostly just for some nice looks on the front end to kind of cap off all of these habs. Alright, so going down to the bottom deck here, and from here, it's kind of scarce. You could probably build this out. If you played around with it, you could probably add more habs on this floor if you wanted to, but honestly, I didn't really need that many more, so I stuck with this design. And depending on how you do your layout, you could accidentally get like a ladder or something on here, so you have to kind of play around with it a little bit if you choose to do it differently. But for my design, you know, I have this Stroud Eklund landing bay here. I like the side landing bay. It's nice and close to the front, so you don't have to run all the way around to the back of the ship or anything. And it's really close to the bridge, so when you come in, you'll go straight into the control station, and then you can go straight to the bridge from there if you want. Otherwise, you can take a right, go into the engineering bay, which kind of logically makes sense. It kind of connects up to everything up above here. Into your reactor and your grav drive, and then you can also go to your captain's quarters from there, kind of secluded off in the back, as well as the infirmary on the other side. Again, you know, play with the layouts. I'd be interested to see what different layouts people try out, but for my purposes, that's how I did it. And then with the extra space, you know, just put a couple cargo holds over there and a couple cargo holds here. I chose these ones because they kind of tie into the back here. They kind of have a nice shape to them that connects up to the engine. Otherwise, the rest of it is just some decoration pieces around here to kind of give it that turtle shell sort of look. But that's pretty much it. And you know, everything else on here, this is all landing gear here. So I do have mods, but I'm pretty sure this level of landing gear is fine for this weight even without mods, and the size of the ship is fine without mods. It's not you know, it's not too big to build with like a vanilla game. So that's the bottom side right there. So again, kind of give you a quick overview. Feel free to like pause or screenshot any of these decks here to kind of get an idea of how to do this layout. But again, so here's the bottom deck up to the mid deck, and then up to the top deck, and then just the cap on top to cover off everything else. And then we got plenty of weapons on here. There's lots of weapon mounting points too. You could add as many or little of weapons as you like, so a lot of good options there. And then the back side gives you sort of a almost Millennium Falcon-esque kind of design with all these engines across the back, and then some windows on the sides to get a nice view while you're in space. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. So I guess from here we can go ahead and let's go ahead and hop in. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's all the way to the front here, but we can go in. We'll do an interior tour. So as I said, pretty direct, straight here. We'll start going to the right. So if we go to the right, come in through here into the engineering bay, and we have two options. So we got the infirmary on this side. All right. Hello, Sarah. Look out. I'm doing a tour. Okay, and then into the captain's quarters on this side. Okay. Hey, are you captain? You're not the captain of the ship. All right. I'll let it slide this time. Alright, into this control room, and we'll go straight to the bridge. Obviously, this bridge has a really nice view out the front, which I enjoy. Really cool design. And then, of course, having the double-decker bridge with the stairs is nice. So from there, we'll go into this area here. And now, so this is going to be the one ladder right here, as I said. So we'll come back and check that out. But this is the only ladder on the ship. Otherwise, we'll go over port side here. And we got all of these computers in here. straight into the armory with a nice window to look out. Into this companionway, which takes you straight into this large bunkhouse in here. And then from there, of course, we can get into the workshop. So you have access to all your workshop needs. Okay, so we'll head back to the front of the ship. Alright, and we'll go over to starboard side. So again, this is all just part of that room. Okay, so we got window there. And we've got, I don't remember which room. Oh, this is the science lab, I think. Into here, you can go straight forward, or you can go over this way into this little cargo storage hold with a little window. Otherwise, into the brig here. And we have our brig set up. And then, of course, this also has our docking bay whenever we're docking with another ship, which is still a pretty straightforward shot. Obviously, the docking bay has to be on the exterior, like outermost edge of the ship. So from there, you know, it's a pretty straight shot up to the bridge as well. So, bring us to our one ladder. But we don't like to use ladders around here, so we'll just jump up. All right, and then this will bring us into our like larger, or no, this is the mess hall. So this brings us into the mess hall here. And then we also have this area here, this living quarters here. So that kind of caps off the top side here. Again, this just gives you like more crew. And it's kind of fun, you know, like roleplay purposes. It's like a spot for all your crew to hang out. Alright. And then from there, we can just run back to the front of the ship, and I guess we'll just take off and get a look in space.
Engines firing.
Does look pretty good taking off, if I do say so myself.
Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
Alright. Alright, get to max thrust here so we can kind of see as much as we can, or as much as possible of the ship here. There she is. She's a beaut. Kind of see from inside here. See all the way into the command center there. I need to see if there's a way I can zoom out further, because I cannot see the whole ship with how big it is. Third person. She definitely turns slow, but you know, with all the firepower on here, you don't really need to maneuver that well anyways. You just can put some auto turrets on and you're just a tank. So who needs maneuverability? Alright, and that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully, you know, either you can make this ship design for yourself, or take some good tips or pointers from this that you can apply to your own designs. You know, whatever works best for you. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see some other cool ship designs out there by everybody else. Alright, thanks a lot. Bye.